do believe. Yes, I do believe. Yes, I see the light. Yes, I see the light. Yes, I found.
Pull on it, make it bigger, spray it.
It's been a long time. It's been a hard road. Once I lost my way, never let up hope. I got heaven. I got heaven.
Hi ladies, so today I'm going to give you some tips on how to grow your hair longer. I have a lot of people ask me how I get my hair so long and what I've done to help it grow, and so I'm going to share with you guys some tips that will help you in growing your hair out. When I was younger, around like 14 years old, 12 years old, my hair was down to here and it got there and it just like stopped growing. Like for a couple of years it wouldn't grow, and I wanted my hair to grow so bad. I wanted it down to my knees. That was my goal of where I wanted my hair. And then around 16 years old, my hair started falling out really bad. Like it was falling out in clumps when I washed my hair. Every time I brushed my hair, it was terrible. I thought I was losing all of my hair because it was falling out so bad. So I really got on the internet and started looking up ways that I could grow my hair longer and things that I could do to make my hair healthier. So I'm going to share some of those tips with you, some things that I did that really helped my hair grow. And when I was 14, my hair was to here, and by the time I was 18, my hair was probably to here. It was almost to my knees, but not there yet. And then around 19 or 20, it was to my knees. So I'm just going to give you some tips on things that I did to help my hair grow. So the number one tip that is really just don't cut your hair. It's really simple, but don't cut it ever and it'll grow long. So that was just dumb, but I'm just going to add it in there because I guess some people don't know. So another main tip that you need to know is in order to have long hair, you need to have healthy hair. Because if your hair is not healthy, then it's not going to grow long because it's going to break off at the ends, your split ends, and your hair is going to break off from the bottom, from down here, and it's going to be shorter and shorter. So you need to have healthy hair. So the number 2 tip is don't use heat on your hair unless you absolutely have to. Try to find some ways to curl your hair without using heat. I have one tutorial so far of a way that you can curl your hair without using heat, and I plan on putting some more tutorials up on different ways to curl your hair without using heat. One way that I did when I was trying to grow my hair out is I used hot sticks. I would not put them in the heater thing that they came with. I would just use them cold, and I would take little strands of hair and I would get them wet with just a little bit of water. Not enough to like soak it, but enough to get it a little bit damp. And I would roll it in the curlers, and I would have to leave those curlers in my hair for at least 3 hours, or most of the time I just slept with them overnight so I could just wake up in the morning and have curly hair. So that's one way to curl your hair without using heat, but try to find some other ways. I've got one video and I'm going to post some more of how to curl your hair without using heat. Another way you can avoid heat is to not use your hair dryer if you don't have to. Now that can be really hard for some people because of their hair texture, but my hair is naturally straight, and so mine air dries straight, so it works really good for me. So you're going to have to find out like what you can do. Whenever I was trying to grow my hair out, I didn't use a blow dryer on my hair at all. I would wash my hair and at night, and I would go to bed with it wet and wake up in the morning with it dry because I never used a hair dryer. If I did use a hair dryer, every hair dryer has a little cool button. I would use the cool air to blow dry it. But also on the hair dryers, they have a high and low setting, and some even have a warm and a hot setting. So if you do have to use your hair dryer, I would use it on low with warm heat. And that is something that I still do to this day. I never use a hair dryer on full heat or on the highest setting. I still blow dry my hair on the lower setting. It takes longer, but it's healthier for your hair, and that's what we want. And also, you could also, like, if you have to, I would blow dry just the roots of my hair and then let the rest of my hair air dry. So just find some way to use less heat. If you don't have to use a blow dryer, then avoid it, and I promise you, it'll make your hair grow longer because you won't have as much damage. The next way you cannot use heat is when you take a shower, don't use the hot water to wash your hair in. Because when you use hot water on your hair, it expands the split ends of your hair. But if you use cold water, it shrinks them together and keeps it together. So if you use hot water on your hair, it's going to be easier to break off because those split ends are just going to keep going farther and farther. But if you use cold water, it really shrinks it in. And also, whenever I was washing my hair in cold water, I had a lot of people tell me that my hair looked really shiny. So it really does make your hair shinier. I know it seems really hard to wash your hair in cold water, but I did it for maybe a year or more, and you get used to it. Like, I know it sounds really funny. Like, the first couple of times, it was so hard. It was terrible, you know, washing your hair in cold water, especially in winter. But I got used to it. If you don't want to wash your hair completely in cold water, you can wash it in whatever temperature you want to do it in. You can actually get out of the shower and turn on the cold water and lean over and put your ends underneath of it and just get at least the ends rinsed off in cold water, and that will help your split ends to really bind together. The third tip that I have for you is to treat your hair like an old piece of lace. You really want to treat your hair like it's really delicate and treat it like it's fragile, so you don't break it off any more than what you normally get every day. When you comb your hair, don't use a brush, use a wide tooth comb. And a lot of times brushes rip through the tangles in your hair, but if you use a wide tip comb, it's wider than a brush, and it won't force the tangles through as much, and it's a lot better on your hair when you're combing your hair. When you comb your hair, start combing at the bottom of your hair and work your way up. Instead of working from the top and pulling all of the tangles down, you start at the bottom, at the very ends of your hair, get the tangles out there, and as you get the tangles out, you move up your hair. You don't break through the tangles, you just brush them out. If you start at the bottom, you're working them out instead of just ripping them through your hair. Also, when you are combing your hair, never ever ever rip through knots in your hair, because when you hear that ripping sound, you are ripping your hair off. I mean, you're literally just breaking it off. And that's going to make your hair shorter and shorter. So never, ever, 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 under any circumstance, rip tangles through your hair. Even if you get frustrated at your hair. I mean, sometimes when I get out of the shower, my hair is so long, it'll get tangly, and it'll take me 30 minutes to comb all the tangles out of my hair because there's so many tangles sometimes. But even if you get frustrated, don't rip through it, because remember, that is making your hair shorter, and you don't want to do that. My fourth tip is to find a good shampoo and conditioner. You want to find a good shampoo and conditioner that's really going to make your hair healthy. You don't want to get a shampoo and conditioner that says on it that thickening or volumizing. That was my problem whenever I was 16 years old and my hair was falling out really bad. I was using a volumizing shampoo and conditioner, and what those shampoos and conditioners actually do is they coat your hair with wax, and that's how it gets thicker and has more volume. And that keeps building up on your hair until your hair gets so heavy that it starts falling out. So you want to make sure you find a good shampoo and conditioner. You want to find something that is good for split ends and making your hair healthy. I use Mane & Tail shampoo and conditioner. It keeps my hair really healthy and it helps with the split ends. So you need to find a shampoo and conditioner that will really help you out. My fifth and final tip, which I think is one of the most important tips, is to find a vitamin to take for your hair and to take it every day. You can find hair vitamins at Walmart, at any drugstore. You can find just plain hair vitamins. Those work good. Or if you can't find a specific vitamin for hair, you can find a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. Those also work. Also, I know people who I went to school with who took prenatal vitamins to help their hair grow. So it really doesn't matter what kind of vitamin you take for your hair. Just find one that is good for your hair and it keeps your hair healthy, and it'll help your hair to grow. It really will. So that's all the tips that I have for you guys today. I hope you found something that you can use, and I hope this was useful. I just want to say, if you don't cut your hair and you're letting it grow as long as it will grow, a lot of people think, oh, because my hair is only to here, I don't have long hair. But if you don't cut your hair and you're letting it grow out like God wants you to, you do have long hair. It doesn't matter if your hair is here, here, to your ankles. If you don't cut it and you let it grow, your hair is truly long in the sight of God. So give me a thumbs up if you found some tips useful on here. Leave me a comment down below because I love hearing from you guys. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you later. Bye, ladies.